Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, today I'm going to do some maintenance here on something that I probably should have done several years ago, but quite honestly, I knew about these in electric water heaters, but for some reason I thought gas ones didn't have this. I don't know why. But basically what it is, if you have an aluminum tank, it doesn't really matter. But if you have a steel tank, then you need to change these out every so many years. I don't know. We'll see. I've had this one down here, let's see, since 98 is what it says on there. At least this sticker that has inspection on it says 98. So that's how old this thing is, believe it or not. It is a Stay Clean 805 DV is what it says. Has an 8-year tank warranty and 5-year parts warranty. So that 8-year tank warranty leads me to believe that after 8 years I should have done this, or probably after 5 years I probably should have done this to keep that tank in better shape, but we shall see. It's still alive and kicking, and it works very well. We can have a couple people living here taking fairly long showers, and it keeps up with no problem. And we have 2 different showers that we ran at the same time, and it's kept up no problem. So it's done well for us. But regardless, it is time to change the anode in the top here. And what I got is this here. Got it off Amazon. Don't have great light, and it's a foldable anode. So it folds up so that, although I don't think I'll need it, I'm hoping I have enough room. But the one that's in here is probably one big long rod that'll go clear up. Luckily I have tall ceilings, plus I have space in between because it's not finished. So hopefully I'll have enough room to get this one up and out of here. We shall see. If not, I will have to cut it in half and bring it out in a couple pieces if it's still that long. Regardless, I went ahead, even thinking I probably could fit, and grabbed one of these just in case it folds. I know nothing about it, quite honestly. It was off Amazon. There'll be a price somewhere in the screen here. This one was one of the cheaper ones, and it came with a socket that's supposed to work for it, but a lot of people say it doesn't fit, which I have plenty of sockets if it doesn't. I also have a timer on my light. So it also comes with this plumber's tape stuff, and I don't know, some more plumber's tape stuff. It comes with 2 different kinds, so I got to check and see. I'll have to get my glasses. Oh, never mind, this is all written in some sort of Asian stuff, but for some reason it comes with a couple different kinds. From there, I went ahead and shut the water off, so there's no water coming in or going out. I'm hoping that's enough. I have not shut off my machine, or shut off the hot water heater, because it's a pain in the butt to light. This is where I say you are responsible for yourself. If you don't like the way I'm doing something, don't do it, and I'm not responsible if you hurt yourself or your equipment doing what I'm about to show you. Let's get to it. And on the back side, unfortunately, is where it is, and there is a cover over it, which is just barely on there, and there is a bolt down in here. Hopefully I don't need an extension for it. Forgot to grab my extension, and it's gonna shake, so I'm gonna hold on. Oh my goodness, this is in here. I also brought an extension for my cheater bar, so to speak, for this. So oh my goodness, this thing is really on here, so I need you out of my way. I'll tell you what, I took a breaker bar to that thing, my extension with my 1/2 inch. I could not move this without moving the entire hot water heater, and I'm not going to do that. So I will say, if you're going to do this, if yours is like mine and really difficult, you're going to need an extra guy or 2 to hold this thing down. What I have is an electric impact wrench that's rigid. Whoop. And I am going to use it and hope that we'll break things loose but not break anything else. And I have an impact 21mm socket, so there you go. Now you know. Hopefully I can get it on there. I don't know if I can. When I go to put this socket on here, it's at a pretty big angle. Somebody from the factory didn't do their job right and get this hole over the top of that. So I am not going to be able to get this on here very easily. And if I do get it on, I don't know if I'll be able to get it off. I'm hoping I can get this on here without hitting that. Alright, so what way is it going to go? It's going to turn this way, so it's going to spin this way, so I got to be careful. Alright, this is very hot still. Like I said, I just shut the water off, so you are responsible for your own safety yet again. And I'm hoping that didn't just break. And I can't get my fingers down in there to get it out. I'm not going to do it again, so you'll have to take my word for it. I actually grabbed a hold of it down in there and kind of pinched the socket here, and I've lifted it up out of there with the socket. And we're going to pull her up on and out. And luckily I don't have a finished ceiling, so I could get it all the way out. I don't know how ate up this thing's supposed to be. I'll have to look and see what they're supposed to look like new, but if they're supposed to look that thick new, then we're definitely good timing to change it. And we got this. So here's the deal. If you do have a finished ceiling, get your cutoff wheel, cut that thing in half and pull it out in 2 pieces. Second of all, if you don't have a finished, or if you do have a finished ceiling and you can't get it up and out of there and you need to cut it in half, you can buy one of these. It unfolds. And we'll start putting this down in there and hope that it gets all the way to the bottom, because here's the other thing. I did not get one and measure what size it needs to be. So I'm actually going to pull this out real quick. And I'm going to see if I put this all the way in, whew, doesn't quite hit the bottom. So we're going to stick this in there and let it dangle. Let's see here, it's going to go this direction, so I need to go this direction. Let's see, if I go this way, yep. Alright, so that should be the direction that I go so it doesn't undo the tape. And this is some probably really cheap stuff, so I'm going to give it a decent amount. Quite honestly, I didn't notice anything on the one I pulled out, so you have to decide also on your own whether or not you do this, but I would say it probably needs done. Better safe than sorry, I guess. Worst case, this stuff will melt out and might cause damage though, so who knows. And I don't know how much to use. I'm going to go and give it a pretty decent chunk. That should do it. Now, we're going to hope that we can get on here enough to do it by hand and just snug it in there, because and see if that, nope, that's not in there. Alright, I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but I was able to get my finger, or my thumb and my finger on there and just kind of wiggle it around until I finally got it to turn with my fingers, but not come out. So, and I can't get it any further, but I don't believe it's cross-threaded in there. I think we're good. We will try it with this, which I can turn very easily. So that feels like it's going in good. I'm happy with that. It was definitely kind of a pain. And I don't know what, I'm sure there is a specific torque for this. I have no idea what it is. So I'm going with tight. You can definitely hear that thing moving around in there. Alright. I'm hoping and thinking we are all done. Hopefully we won't have any leaks or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the hot and cold water here. And Bob's your uncle, so to speak. Well, that wasn't super hard. Admittedly, it's going to be much harder if you don't have something like this. Because, like I said, this whole machine was turning. And luckily, the way I have it hooked up, that wasn't too much of a problem. And I didn't let it go very far. But you're definitely going to want somebody holding on to this while you got as long of a breaker bar as you can get on there, if you're going to want to break that loose. Yet again, I don't know about chemical reactions or anything like that. You might be able to throw some PB Blaster or something like that down in there and let it sit for a while. Might help. Yet again, you got to do your own research on the different chemicals and then what could happen if you do that. The other thing, I definitely think once I figured out to get it down in there and I could get my fingers in there just right and get it on there and started, it was good. And I took the 1/2 inch. I needed to have an extension. That might have helped me take it out as well if I would have had an extension, because I could barely get this and this on there, and I didn't have a lot of room to put my fingers under here. So I think the 1/2 inch extension definitely helped out a bit in that situation as well. And definitely getting it put back on, you're going to want an extension. Yet again, if yours isn't like mine, where you know, the hole is here and my bolt was up in here somewhere, I could not get to it very well. In fact, I think I bent the hole that's cut for it out when I knocked this on a little bit. It bent it in a little bit, but not enough to really help get it back on. So if you can get your fingers down in there and turn it, life would be much easier than I had. Time will show whether or not how long this thing lasts. Honestly, unless it breaks or something happens and I have a problem with the machine, we probably won't do this for another 5 years or so. I'm thinking I need to do my research on that as well. I don't know. It was pretty easy though. That was just a generic Amazon one that I bought. I will say you might want to check measurements, because mine is definitely right down, got to be pretty close to the bottom. Going from here down, it still had a little bit of room when I measured it on the outside, so we should be good. I don't think you want it really touching on the inside on anything. We'll see. Regardless, hopefully that'll make this thing last another, what, 10 or 15 years. I can't believe how long it's lasted, to be honest. Alright, well, I think that's enough. Hopefully you got something out of this. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and obviously master of none. You all have a good one.